Okay.
OP.
Okay, so we're back with another OKOP episode with Samuel Donner and
John Frye, baby. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for coming back. You know, we're
We love
growing
you.
Subscribers every day. Now we're at 310 subscribers now?
We're getting there,
We're
you know,
getting
from
there. We're
20
getting
to
up, baby.
310, you know. Thanks for being part of the journey.
Thank you.
We
I
appreciate you.
y'all. Today I effed up by drugging the bartender and ruining the wedding.
Yikes.
Yeah, so this F up happened the summer before COVID, but I think the statute of limitations are up so I can tell this story. I don't know if that legally holds up, but
Hey,
let's just
you
go
know,
on.
socially,
We'll go on.
sure. Socially.
My wife and I went to her colleague's wedding. I'm not a huge drinker and I didn't really know anyone, so my plan was to grab some sort of cold, refreshing beverage, find somewhere to post up, and nurse it while I got really, really stoned and did some people watching.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it sounds really fun. I love people watching. Which leads me to my drugs. On the way to the wedding, I stopped at a dispensary and picked up a reusable vape pen thing. I'm a pretty traditional smoker. I go to the place and buy an eighth and smoke it in my ancient bowl over the course of the next month or two. I love an ancient bowl.
Yeah, I'm imagining just like it's like a tribal ritual with someone that looks like 1,000 years old, just like emerging from the haze of pot smoke.
I'd never had a pen before. I was just like, I'm going to a wedding and want something that won't make me sleepy or mentally handicapped. And the young woman at the counter handed me this thing. I also don't smoke very much at any one time and have a hard time with anything like joints or bongs, etc. When I do smoke these things, they hit way too hard and I cough like crazy and hate myself.
I kind of feel that. I kind of feel that.
Yeah, like, dude, they make weed like strong these days.
It's
dude.
it's too much. It's too much.
Too much. Hey, weed people, throwing it down.
Bring it down. Tone it down.
So I took a very small hit and noticed it hit really hard. So I thought, well, that's just because you think everything hits too hard. You're just a little bitch boy.
Oh.
Bada bing, bada boom. I'm at the reception, standing in line to grab some drinks from the bartender.
Okay.
And notice a tip jar. Realizing I don't have any cash, I'm like, dude, do you have Venmo or something? I know, lol. And he's like, don't even worry about it, man. It's no big deal. I like how he's
That's kind of cool of him, though,
Yeah.
to try and Venmo him a tip.
Yeah. But I'm a service industry vet, so I wanted to find a way to tip him because I know it's going to be a long night and a lot of people won't tip. So I'm like, all right, man, if my wife has some cash, I'll double back over. But in the meantime, if you party, bing, and I show him the pen. He's like, hell yeah, dude. And proceeds to take an enormous puff of this thing.
Whoa. Why would he do that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe he thought he could handle it. He said, like, party. Within seconds, he was doubling over and coughing uncontrollably.
Oh,
it was
God.
incredibly loud. And in under a minute, he was down on his hands and knees behind the bar, puking in the grass.
Oh, no.
He's puking, bro.
What?
He's already puking.
Oh, snap.
Still, kind of no harm, no foul. Which I don't know. Making the bartender puke
That sounds
on the grass
pretty foul, yo.
sounds pretty foul.
That's
yeah.
pretty foul.
But no harm, no foul until he gets up and puts all of his weight onto a tumbler glass that was sitting on the table and he used it to get himself up. And then he just cut his hand so badly.
Oh, God.
And then something very interesting happens. Something that has never happened before. I started vomiting at the sight of blood. So like this bartender just vomited. Now he's bleeding and now OP is vomiting.
Oh,
okay,
no.
OP. Jesus.
Come on.
So naturally, this is pretty disruptive. And the groom, who just happened to be nearby, comes over to see what's going on and effing faints the second he sees this guy's hand.
My
this guy
God.
must have some kind of like
Body's
massacre
just
going
falling.
on. Like each line of your palm is basically a massive cut from this glass.
Ugh.
Palm reading, but every time you see the future, you faint because there's just so much blood. This guy's going to die.
God. I'm about to throw up. That's disgusting.
Oh my God. So the groom effing faints and then smashes his head on the bar / table on the way down.
Come on.
His face taking the tablecloth and everything on the table down with him. Totally unmitigated disaster. Both of them had to go to the hospital, and the bride was understandably super upset and screaming at the caterers, why are you screaming at the caterers? Like, what do they do?
I mean, honestly, she probably is just like taking out her anger on whoever is that. She should be yelling at this guy. Like, I don't know if she probably doesn't know yet that he's the instigator.
The guy is getting everyone effed up at the party.
God.
Come on. Single-handedly destroying this wedding, and like she just wants it to be the happiest day of her life.
Of course.
And this dude is just causing havoc,
just destroying it.
Yeah. So I decided, well, it's been a good life, and began to march over to explain to her what happened. When out of her mouth comes a series of very specific slurs directed at the owner of the catering company. I didn't get a single word out of my mouth before she said effing sue me, turned on her heel, and told her people just round up their shiz and go. Cue major shiz storm. Everyone is fighting with everyone.
Oh my God.
And almost all of the guests left. I told my wife what happened on the drive home, and she said I should call the catering company and apologize, which I did. And the owner laughed for about 30 seconds on the phone before saying, well, whatever, F that B. So, yeah.
That's the story?
That's the story.
I mean, this is literally some Three Stooges level stuff right here.
I know.
Like,
and the stakes just keep getting higher and higher and higher. It's like, okay, first he gets the bartender high, and then the bartender just cuts open his hand. Then he starts vomiting.
So disgusting.
Then the groom starts fainting, knocks himself out. Then the bride gets all mad and starts screaming at everyone. And then she orders the whole catering company to like get the heck out of there.
This guy is so lucky that she went ballistic on the catering company before he had a chance to. Honestly, like she could have attacked him.
I know. I'm just imagining her like taking the wedding cake knife and just be like, "It's over, fam.
Seriously,
you're done."
Also, just like I get him maybe being like, okay, like let me get a little bit stoned and like enjoy this experience. But why would he offer it to the bartender? Why would, especially because he already knew that it was hitting hard for him, right?
Yeah. Why are you offering your degenerate ways to the other people?
You gotta
Keep your degenerate
stop.
ways to yourself.
You gotta stop. And like,
Stop
I get
it.
it. You're trying to be generous. You're trying to Venmo him. You're trying to get stuff in as your wife's purse.
I love how this all started with him just trying to be super generous.
Yeah, just like, let me give you something.
Out, man. Let me give you something. And what he ended up giving him is that guy probably got fired. Why?
Yeah.
He got fired, definitely.
I mean, he
And
kind of
got a
deserves
scar
to
on
be
his
honest.
hand, too.
Wow.
Rough.
That's probably easily the craziest wedding story I've ever heard of in my life.
I know. I haven't. Like, how many weddings have you been in? I haven't been to like.
I mean, bro, I haven't been to a wedding. I'm actually going to one in like 2 weeks, but I haven't been to a wedding since I graduated high school for sure.
Really?
Maybe even middle school.
Damn, that's been that's a while. I went to a wedding actually 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
But that was the first wedding I've been in like years.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was
maybe actually that's some good stuff I can try. I'm just gonna bring some dank and just like offer it to all of the like bartenders and like
and then
people.
John will be writing this story.
Yes,
and then
I will be writing my own story.
Wow. Beautiful. All right, John. Also, wait, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, bruh.
Smash that button.
Smash it. Smash it right in the face.
That's right.